Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists nurse practitioners with employment contract issues. Today, I'm going to talk about the difference between being self-employed versus being an independent contractor. In short, there's not much difference at all, but there are kind of two key distinctions. So first, if you're self-employed, I would think of that as you're in a state where you are completely autonomous. You are able to, set up and work through your own practice. And then obviously in that scenario, you're going to have an LLC, you're going to have an EIN with the IRS, you're going to have a bank account, and then you're going to run the practice as a business, right? Expenses, net income, revenues, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you're working as an independent contractor, although technically you're self-employed, you're still working for somebody else. But you should set up the business structure in the same way that you would if you had your own practice. So let's just say you're working a few weekends a month on the side for an organization, and they're not treating you as an employee, so they're not giving you any benefits. No health, vision, dental, disability, life, retirement. They're not paying for your license or malpractice or any of that stuff. In that scenario, you need to do the same thing as you would if you're creating your own practice, meaning you need to create the LLC, get an EIN, get a bank account, and then you run all the compensation expenses through that so that you can benefit from the tax deductions of working on your own. Obviously, they are a little bit different in the fact that if you are working, self-employed with your own business, you could have other employees yourself, or you could then extend offers to other independent contractors. Whereas if you're just working part-time, it would make the most sense to be an independent contractor. Now, there may be a scenario where you're working for an employer and they're asking you to kind of be classified as an independent contractor, but you're actually really an employee. So the IRS releases a 20-factor test that kind of you can go through, and it'll essentially tell you whether you're acting as an employee or an independent contractor. Some employers will misclassify an independent contractor solely to get out of having to pay employment tax, which is usually around 10 to 12% of the total compensation of the MP. In that scenario, you want to, before you sign the employment agreement or the independent contractor agreement, you want to make sure you go through that test, and then you need to run it by that organization if you're concerned that you're being misclassified. I've even seen clauses in contracts where the business will say, all right, you're an independent contractor, and if the IRS comes back and determines that you were misclassified, you owe us our attorney's fees for having to either deal with this or fight it, which is obviously crazy. Never agree to something like that. So that's the difference between being self-employed versus being independent contractor. The legal business structure will be similar, although it's different in the fact that you either be working for yourself or then working for somebody else. If you have any questions about your employment agreement or independent contractor agreement, please feel free to contact my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description, or you can reach us through our website, chellelaw.com. If you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. We release videos every single day, and I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.